Well, good afternoon.
Hello, hello.
Howdy,
Hello,
howdy, howdy.
hello, hello. Well, happy belated birthday, Venom.
Thank you.
You're
Oh, that's
welcome.
right. It's your birthday yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes, it was
Or
Well,
unbirthday?
my unborn day.
well, happy birthday, girly girl.
Thank
Oh,
you.
look,
It's
Tina's
true.
here. Tina is here. I just saw her pop in. Had a lovely conversation with her today. She's been a little clumsy lately. She got herself a little twisted up.
She
Yeah, yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. She was
Yeah,
in
so
chat this morning.
yeah, prayers for her. Speedy recovery. Speedy recovery. Yeah. So, h- h- what have you been blamed for this week, Coop?
Well, now you guys got to remember, I am Mark Cooper. Okay,
That's true.
so
Yeah.
That's true.
there is that one.
That's true.
Uh,
That's ongoing. The Mark Cooper is ongoing.
I'm blamed for all kinds of stuff. Just pick a day and pick a reason. They seem to blame me for everything. I'm a liar.
Yeah, me
uh,
too. Me too. Apparently,
I'm everything under the sun. They put me as low hanging fruit on that tree of theirs, and they didn't even spell my name right.
how rude, rude,
But
Yeah.
rude, rude.
how about you? What have you been blamed for lately?
Well, it's been accused that I claimed to know some of LP's family.
Oh, do tell.
I've never said that, so I have no clue where she came up with that. But we can get to some speculation on that. But the other thing was, I think it was during the Volmet interview, Mr. Crook there said that I was inciting people to contact CPS,
Yeah, he did
Mhm.
say that.
and
So
and
it's not just me anymore.
he was going to turn me in, and that was back when September. I'm still waiting. No one's contacted me.
Oh my
Still
God.
waiting. Still waiting.
My mods would literally tell the chat, do not contact anyone. I would tell the people constantly, do not contact anyone. And Lisa was always making the claim that that was code. That was
Oh, yeah.
code that
Yeah.
by saying that, I was telling people to call CPS. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Are you joking? Ding
No,
dongs.
it's like
Yes.
they claim we have code words for everything. Coop Insights, CPS calls. Uh, you have connections to her family. We know people from Iowa. We have private eyes following them.
I know 2 people from Iowa, and I don't think that they would have any clue who she was.
Well, Mama Coop's whole family's from Iowa on her mom and dad's side.
Oh.
So
And
I know
are they
few.
very familiar with Lynette's family as well?
I don't
Yeah.
think they know her. I don't think they know anything about those people.
Exactly. Now, I just think it's wild. I mean, Venom, you made it on the tree of doom.
Yes, I am a co-conspirator. Yes, I am. That's me, named in the tree. Yep.
I really feel bad that there was a few people that were missing.
Yeah, they have left some people off. I just wonder what happened. Did they run out of room or what?
I don't know. I mean, Ketchup, she was missing. I can't remember who else was
Dee's
missing.
Rogue was missing.
Rogue.
So was Shizzy.
Shizzy.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, why wasn't Shizzy on there?
Like Shizzy should have his own branch, like
Yeah.
the whole branch.
I mean, it's just been wild. And so this week I learned that Lynette had blamed Jeremy for a post she made. Is that true? Did that happen?
Yeah. Like in the early days, back in the deposition, she claimed that Jeremy owned the Standing in the Truth page.
Oh, yeah. She said that Jeremy was the creator and operator of Standing in the Trash.
Yep.
Interesting.
But mind you, who's operating it still? She is. Go figure.
It's very
So I guess when Jeremy moved out, he handed over the keys or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, you're brave.
Wow, that is wild. Chat, what have you been blamed for today?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness.
Oh, good Lord Almighty. Well, there's some chats that are, pretty fascinating, Venom.
There are. Which ones?
Well, I hear we have a new timeline creator.
Yeah, oh yeah. We have someone who's going to be working on a timeline. That's correct. Yep, my bestie.
Who that?
Yeah.
Marla. That's my best friend. Did you know
Marla.
that? Me and Marla, we go way back.
Can she stay off the internet long enough to do that?
I don't know, but I welcome her timeline. I'm very eagerly anticipating it. I look forward to her information that she's going to share.
Yeah, I mean, she is a walking bowl of information.
A bowl?
A big bowl, yeah.
A bucket? Would you say a bucket?
A stadium full.
I can just imagine what this timeline is going to look like. I mean, my goodness.
She's a vat of information.
A vat. A cauldron.
Yeah, a cauldron. Some would say a cauldron.
It's been so I think it's really interesting. So, we can go back to every time CPS is called, she blames someone, but usually it's Hales fans, gets a blanket description, right? But she's also claimed that you've done it, Coop. She's claimed that I think Georgie did it, if I recall. I think she's accused Radis.
Sure has.
Skip, which I think Skip admitted he had called. Is that correct?
He actually made it live on the air.
Yeah.
With Bruce in chat.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yep. Bruce was live in chat that morning. Sure was.
Oh, goodness gracious. Roy says Marla is full of something, but I don't think it's information.
I think
we've been cabal.
The most fascinating one that has been accused of calling has been Lisa herself.
Oh yeah. During the bus rundown episodes,
Oh yeah.
Back in August and September and October 25. Yeah. Lisa and her chat definitely were talking about calling CPS, and Lisa admitted to calling CPS.
Amazing. But yet we seem to erase that part of history, right?
Yeah.
Well, that all never happened, even though we've all got the screenshots. We all witnessed.
My favorite is when when she says, "I never said that," and then Robbie chimes in with, "Nope, never." I mean, he always says that.
No, never.
I'm like, you ding dong, here you are talking to her about it a year ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I
think some of his famous words from back then too were, "I'm not even going to call my lawyer now." Or it wasn't the lawyer; it was the framer. The framer. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
His buddy, the framer.
Oh yeah.
I think the most fascinating time that she accused Lisa was it's not been too long ago. There were 31 calls, and then all of a sudden it jumped from 31 to 42 calls. And I'm assuming in that time period, that big 10-time jump there is when Lisa was accused of calling CPS.
Oh yeah, that was during the August, September, October 2025 argument.
Yep.
When the money came into question and Lynette was contacting Tug on how to get her arrested.
Right.
Yep.
Speaking of which, did you guys catch Jeremy's post today?
I have not. Is it
good?
Girly
girl.
Should I pull it up?
Yeah, I would. There's 3 screenshots in there, and they all come to us from the good Tina.
Oh yeah, Tina's post today. Yeah, those are interesting. Yes, it's between her and Lynette.
Let me take a gander.
What is it? Lisa always likes to make claims. Is that a threat? Did he just threaten them? Did she just threaten them? Wait till you read these screenshots, girly girl.
Okay.
You're
Right.
You're gonna be scratching your head.
I do that a lot with this case. I'm not gonna lie. All right. So let's see. Wait, how do I get it to fill up the screen, or is that it?
You have to go to you have to roll the whole screen up over in your 3 dots on Facebook or on your browser. No, the one at the top right-hand corner. It's your settings up there.
Oh, you want me to zoom? Oh.
Yeah, your whole browser. It'll have to scroll your whole browser in.
I can't get that to do anything. So I'll just read it. I'm so censored mad at Lisa, and as soon as this is over, we're going to hit her so censored hard, she's not going to know what hit her. I did a lot of research today with the...
I couldn't understand that either. So good luck with that.
FBI, FCTR, FTCR.
Yeah, I think she was trying to say the IC3 and
the FBI Fictor.
Yeah.
Ticker.
The FBI for Richter Tournamenter.
What's your vector, Victor? Something like that, and a couple of other things, and I will be getting her to disclose the money by law. She has to tell us how much was donated, but I need only, and if he's any.
That's speaking about David Richter.
Okay.
She needs only me.
To say things I am not going to talk about. Hales, I'm not going to talk about nothing. I won't say a word about anything except Lisa. I want her to go to jail. And John still feels that Lisa is in control of our evidence in our cases. Well, that's your fault. Let's see. And that he needs her. And I don't feel that way. I don't give a censored. I know that I can make an attorney subpoena on her. Everything. Wait a minute. A subpoena on her?
Yeah.
Lynette, we've talked about this. Conjugation, ma'am. We don't put things on people. Quit putting things on people. Subpoena on her. Everything she has been turned over to Levy County Sheriff. I can get it back from them. I don't. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's the last of it. But go back to your first page for a second. One more.
Oh, wait, there's more. There we go.
All right. I am so freaking mad at Lisa. Soon this is over. Or as soon as this is over, we're going to hit her so effing hard. She's going to know what hit her. She's not going to know what hit her. Does that sound like a threat to you?
Sure does. Well, actually, no. I think that's more of a promise. I think she's making a promissory statement of fact that she's going to do this. And Lisa is going to be, clueless that it's coming.
See, I read a lot of transcripts. Thanks to Tug. He's got me into that frame of mind. And the threats come up in her transcripts a lot. A lot.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So, this isn't coming from one of us guys. This is coming from her person, her peoples.
Yeah. And you could tell exactly what she's talking about to Tina in these messages. They're also, if I'm not mistaken, discussing what she's going to speak to Tug about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe I have the screenshots from these too. I guess we could go back and look at those, but I'll let whoever's playing with them now to have some fun. Have some fun. Because there's so much I'm still trying to put together. I think I made it halfway through 2023, and I'm still not done. I mean, it's taking forever to get this new video out. So But I'll get
Now,
there. I'll get there.
I would hope Marla isn't using information that you've collected or I've collected or Coop or any one of these fine people that are taking screenshots and collecting. I would hope she would do her own research.
Well, judging from the way these people watch these streams and the way they write it down and then the way it comes out of their mouth, I'll guarantee you whatever Marla comes up with is going to be completely backwards from what it reality is. That's just how she is.
Yeah, it's pretty unsettling. God, weren't there comments just recently? I mean, it seems like since the love fest is back on between the Fleas and Lynette, it seems like she's been feeling rather bold.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with that. I mean, I don't understand how they go from mortal enemies one day to, like you said, back in the love nest together. So it makes me speculate. What is going on? What happened? What threat may be being held over someone's head, or what promises may be held?
$50 for I know the answer.
Okay.
The answer is 56,000 reasons why Lynette will be my friend.
Well, now, according to them, that 56,000 was doubled by other donors. So technically, we're looking at 112 plus.
Oh, definitely. But we know without a doubt, this side, Jeremy, Tug, Megan, you, myself, Rosalind, Shizzy, we can all absolutely prove $56,000 in American money after it was exchanged.
Chris LOL ROL, so that's Chris Lolrol, wanted to know if Randy did not have to file. Did Randy not have to file on Fed 2 by today? I don't know. I don't keep up with the court documents. I am sorry. I follow communications, but yeah. So Coop, you seem to know the answer to that.
Yeah, from the numbers I have, he was supposed, if he was going to file an appeal in Fed 2, it was supposed to be done today. Now I don't have that on paperwork. But that's what everybody has been telling me, and that's what's been said in the past, that it was supposed to be done by today. Whether Randy will or not, I don't know what their game plan is. So I don't know if they're going to go a different direction or if they're going to appeal it. I have no clue. Mm-hmm. But it was supposed to be today, I believe.
Today. Yeah, and even if something was filed today, it probably will not show on the docket until tomorrow, maybe even Monday. We are coming into a religious weekend, so
right. It hits pretty quick, but we had April Fool's Day is not a holiday, so if it was filed, probably late tonight. Matter of fact, you guys, I'll just pop over to my server real quick. And I can find out if it's been filed, because if it's been filed, it'll be in my server.
Okay. Carol Welch, thanks for the 5. I will enjoy another fantastic show.
Hello
everyone.
Carol.
Well, hello, lady. How are you? Thanks for the 5.
Oh, let's see. Jeremy's in chat, and he said, yes, Fed 2 deadline is tonight at midnight. It's going to make their head spin. Ooh.
There we go.
Can you aim the cameras so we can get it?
I just
there we go.
Can you give me the login to your camera so I can watch?
Zoom in on the flea and Lynette's jaw hitting the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Goodness gracious.
Now, you guys, have you guys ever heard me talk about Stacey Nat?
The Nat?
Only about her crafting and
I'm not talking about the bad stuff. I'm talking about her crafting part of it.
Yeah, that's all I've ever heard you talk about.
Well, since she's parted ways with that bunch over there, I went into her chat the other night. See, there's been a lot of stuff going around by Lisa about how evil my server is. Okay. They don't talk about anything but the Jeremy Hells case over there. That's all they talk about in family stuff. Stacy's actually in my server. She enjoys reading the documents. She doesn't participate in there because she's scared to, which I understand. I mean, it's a lot of Hells fans in there. And even though she's left Lisa, she just feels uncomfortable. But regardless, she does like the fact that we have all the files over there. And she can attest to the fact that there's nothing going on in my server except for people talking about Jeremy's cases. That's it.
Yeah.
It's all what Lisa's been spouting is all garbage. Anyway, if you ever need files, just let me know, Rosalind. We have them all.
I don't really, I've very deliberately stayed away from the court documents themselves. It's more public statements.
Gotcha.
Is I think that tells a kind of different story. I mean, the court documents tell a story,
right?
But the stuff that is shared online tells a broader story.
Exactly. I like the stuff you're doing over there with the timeline. I really do.
Oh, you mean it's my horrible timeline?
Well, I'll tell you, yours is making more sense than anybody else's that I've seen. Yours is doing really good.
Well, you just have to watch people's behavior and their words, and you start to really understand who they are, and kind of what some of their motivations are. And
right.
I think the book of Nut that was put out this week or last week, I don't know, I can't remember. It was a bunch of pages of post from Lynette. I really it made me have a lot of questions about that particular kind of behavior and the way that she posted. And so I did end up talking to somebody about that, who comes at it from a different angle. It's a medical professional. We've had stuff from, Lynette saying that Mark Feather tried to bribe her.
Yes.
Right. We've got that she claims that George told her to, put her kid up for adoption.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She loved running with that one.
Yeah. Well, that's her own. That's her only motivation for her behavior. That's her only excuse. I think it's very interesting. Wait, who says that? Here and after. I think your view is very interesting, Rosalind. Oh, it jumped away. Thanks for bringing it to us. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, it was just I needed to understand the whole story. Hello, Starcasm.
Sarcasm.
Hey,
girly girl.
I hear a cowbell off in the distance. It's like an echo. No, I completely lost track of where I was going with that. What was I talking about?
You were telling us about Lynette's way of thinking and talking to this professional.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was talking her motivation behind saying that George said that to her. And we've often said that we think that there's a comprehension detachment, right?
Right.
A lot of people. And, I was talking to this doctor and, he was willing to join us, but I just not going to unleash that on him. I respect him too much. And he's a friend and I wouldn't do that to a friend. Nobody, you don't need in here. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he showed up here, they'd still criticize him or say I was lying or he was lying or he's not who he says he is. Like, it doesn't matter at this point, does it? But the notes that I took from him was we've talked about this comprehension disorder and this twisting of narratives. And, how there's this doom and gloom and negativity and this preachy, this, doomsday religious kind of speak, right?
Oh.
So I asked him about, extended use of opioids and what does that do specifically to the brain. And, he talked about all the other side effects, like just the pain management and inability to control pain, mood swings and what have you, constipation. We went down this whole rabbit hole of all these side effects, the ones that are listed, but we're talking about the ones that aren't as well known, is how it affects the serotonin of your brain.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, extended use of an opioid will ruin the part of your brain that produces serotonin, like destroy it. And what that means is you no longer have the ability to experience joy or happiness on your own. And so that can sometimes cause somebody to have more of a negative, things will be negative more often. And it increases over time. And I asked him about the use of Suboxone, which is what people use to try to get off of the opioids, but it can be more dangerous, actually more dangerous in that particular region of the brain, increasing some situations to hallucinations, distorted memories or memory loss entirely at a certain point. And it's really terrifying to me to think that, maybe she fantasizes these situations, or she thinks she heard people say something, or she remembers somebody said something that nobody said, like me saying, I knew her family. I never said that. I'd like for her to show me where she thinks she heard that, but she won't, because I didn't. And I think that's really scary. I think it's dangerous. And also mixing it with the benzos, with the Xanax, is really dangerous. I mean, really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, see, a lot of people have to.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Venom.
I was just going to say, she also has a false sense that because it's prescribed medication that she's getting, that it's okay to take it, that she's not taking drugs because she's getting it from prescribers.
Right. Well, even prescriptions can be, abused. And that's one of the biggest problems with that particular medical therapy, is that it is very often abused.
Right. And we've heard it and read it from we've heard it from her grandson in a police report where she has run out of her medications. We've heard it from her where she's run out of medications and has gone seeking through the internet looking for
it.
Medication. So we do know that by her own admission, they're still receiving some type of opioid and benzo that, in my opinion, based off of what I'm reading of her word and hearing from her family and her voice, she has abused and done this all along.
Right. And I'm not saying that this is a diagnosis of her. I'm drawing a parallel through what has been researched.
Right. Just people in general who take.
People in general. Right. But when you start to think about that, it really kind of makes some of this make sense a little better. I'm not trying to give any excuses, obviously.
Well, let's take it a step back. I don't think anybody's ever really thought about this. You look at her age. She was a teenager back in the late 70s, early 80s. Okay. Because she's about 5 years older than I am. Okay. I remember what it was like in the late 70s, and I remember everything about the 80s. So if you guys remember back that far, if you're old enough to remember back that far, there was a lot of freedom back then. Okay. It was a lot different time period. I'm not saying that people don't experiment in the 90s and 2000s and on up, but that time period, it seemed like it was less controlled than what it is now. Does that make sense when it comes to, The
Oh yeah, there
wildlife.
was. Oh yeah, for sure. It was. You know, you could get a smorgasbord of pills from a stranger just
Yeah,
about
yeah. I mean,
anywhere. Yeah,
it wasn't as hard or controlled as it is nowadays. And
sure.
back then, it was we were a lot freer. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have things that tethered us to law enforcement like they do today.
Right.
So, you know, I'm speculating here, guys. I have no idea about how she was when she was a kid. I'm just basing this off of my experiences when I was a kid, how readily available things were to get a hold of because we had more freedom. The X people always are looked at as survivors, you know what I mean? And we
Hmm.
experienced a lot of stuff that people in the 90s and 2000s just haven't.
Oh yeah, we broke everything.
Oh, yeah. You
We
see
definitely
these
we
videos, you
definitely
know,
broke it.
and how could these kids actually survive childhood with some of the stuff that we went through? Uh,
Quite
but
wonderfully, actually.
yeah, I loved growing up in that era. But you look back and you just think about how old she is, and, you know, back in
Hmm.
those days, it could
Right.
have a lot to play with the kind of person she is today.
It
Well,
could. It
and yeah,
could.
I think it's maybe an excuse for it, based off of her stepchildren and her family. This is something that she has just always been like. I mean, she's always
Right.
been blaming and accusing and twisting things left and right.
So it sounded like there was maybe even a little pre-existing you know, I don't want to call it paranoia, but you know, paranoia like, or you know, short-tempered, short fuse, maybe a little impulsive, pre-existing kind of stuff before she started having to take the pain medication. And I'm not blaming her for being prescribed pain medications, because we've seen the epidemic across the country and the just how awful it's been. So that's it was a very interesting conversation to hear the descriptions of what it does. And I was like, oh my God.
I'd
I
love to
mean,
been on that conversation, because I never even thought about that. I always just thought it was just one too many times hitting her head on the floor sliding down that pole. But you've opened up a whole new door.
yeah. Patrick W., thanks for the 5. I appreciate the efforts going towards keeping this story up to date. The social media contexts are as important as the legal filings. Thank you. Well, thank you for the 5, Patrick W. Yeah, that's the way I see it. I mean, a lot of the court stuff we see, wouldn't you like to see more? I mean, you think of all the evidence that gets held before the court, like they negotiate, oh, you can't show this, you can't show that. So even court records are missing a lot of context
Yes.
in a lot of cases. So yeah, thank you for the 5, Patrick.
Yeah.
I appreciate
And
it.
then, there's also the fact that she has been able to talk, even though her and John run around and say they can't talk. Their voices can't be heard. That's all they have done. That's all this
I
woman
was
has
like,
done
no, they
from
can't stop talking. What are you
yeah,
talking
exactly,
about?
from the start of it. We've heard everything they've got to say. We've only
Hmm.
seen bits and pieces of what we see from them and what Jeremy has released here and there, or George has released here and there. Can you imagine what really has gone down that we haven't even seen, because we haven't heard Jeremy's side? That man has yet to sit in a courtroom outside of Ohio for his CPO. Him and George have only been able to speak there. They haven't even been able to speak and address what
Hmm.
has gone and transpired since they started the cease and desist and the CPO.
It's true. It's true. Like one more lady, thanks for the 2 and the super sticker.
But
D
yeah,
spills the tea.
it's
D spills the tea just gifted 5 Roslyn 2 gift
all
memberships.
right.
Oh, well,
All
welcome
right.
to the Flockers. 5 new involuntary flock members. It's amazing. Thanks, D.
It's kind of nuts when you sit back and think about it. See, I've been following this from the beginning.
Hmm.
Okay. And to sit back in a judge's position, I try and look at all of this stuff through like what a judge would see. I can't, because I'm watching it daily unfold on the interwebs. This is something the judges never see. They don't see what Lisa and they don't see what all these other people are putting the hells through, or Jeremy and George. But
Right.
we do. That's why I can really see it being frustrating for Jeremy and George that the judge would make rulings in some of these cases like he has, or like they have. It's hard to separate it. When you've been following Jeremy as long as I have, I can't really separate looking at this from a judge's point of view. Now, that's where you come in. That's what I love about what you're doing, because I can come over here and sit and listen to you read off these timeline screenshots. And even though I've been following this, it gives me a better perspective than just talking about the documents all the time.
Right.
It gives you the human side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the court wouldn't exist with unless all this other stuff was happening. Right.
Right.
So it kind of makes you remember why this even went to court to begin with. So that to me has been very helpful for me personally. I know I get accused. I don't even know who all the players are. I know who a lot of the players are. The main
players.
I just choose to cover the main players. Now, if somebody brings up, like the underwear bandit, of course, I'm like, okay, now that's just funny.
Yeah.
So it's worth the giggle, right? I don't need to know everything about Russ the Sus or, Biscuit Boy or, whoever else. So, or Mary Mathis Scary. They're just characters, right?
Yeah, they're
in some sense they are characters, but then there are places where they have inserted themselves into Jeremy and George's life that makes them part of this case, that a judge and a jury, it's not going to be a judge deciding these cases. Jeremy and George have asked for juries. So the same way we sit and listen and read the stuff that we're hearing and seeing with our own eyes, there are going to be jurors in a courtroom hearing exactly what we're reading, what we're showing, what individual channels have found on their own or have put together. And that's all stuff that you've got to look at it from the outside box of a juror, that, a judge is going to look at things from a legal stance. This is what the law book says. This is what we have to follow. A juror is going to look at it as, if this is my neighbor, this is what could happen to me.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. And thanks for the 2. She says LMNOP whines too much to be Gen X. Kick her out. Yep. Gen X card. Taken. You can no longer claim that. Nope. Done.
So you're up to what, 2023 now?
Yeah, I'm almost finished putting all of the pieces together to finish 2023, and then we're going to move into Judge Grudge and the conversations that were happening outside of court.
Well, I'll tell you, once you hit Silverman stage, it's going to slow down, because before Silverman was brought into it for her protection order she tried getting against Jeremy, she was just a gutter mouth. I mean, every day it was just constant rah, 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 all over social media. I mean, I'm not going to say she quit, but she slowed down tremendously once Silverman entered the picture. So you're going to have a lot more gaps in there than you did from the beginning to there.
Right. Well, and I think what we get to when you see some of this posting and some of the, when we're talking about like her need to post in these walls of text or illegible text, there's a gratification that comes from that. So she can feel like I dare take that. Well, we all know that it's very fleeting. Like you may feel like, I'm going to show them, I'll tell them. Well, it didn't do much for you, does it? It doesn't really make you feel better. Usually get yourself in a whole lot more trouble.
I've asked this question out of people before, and I'm going to ask you too. if somebody like Jeremy was suing you guys for, I think these two numbers he pulled up while are in the bankruptcy was like almost $7 million. If you guys were being sued for that kind of money, would you be running around the internet flapping your jaws?
No,
I'd be quiet. You wouldn't hear from me.
I'll tell you this right now. If I had done something like that to Jeremy and George and they served me with a cease and desist letter, I would have ceased and desisted and, kind of just kept them mumbling within my own backyard. The old saying,
right.
Keep it to yourself.
Well, I would have actually gone to Jeremy and George and said, hey, there must be some misunderstanding.
Well, if you go back to the conversations that she was having with Sarah, she did mention to Sarah that when Jeremy had her blocked, and I believe it may have been just before the cease and desist or right at the cease and desist letter, she did message Sarah saying, I don't know what I did and I can't contact him to even ask him.
Well, that's that mentality of she thinks that everything in life should be given to her instead of working for it. So I can just imagine when Jeremy says that he got texts after text after text asking for stuff from the videos from his storage units. I can see that literally happening. That's the kind of person I feel that Lynette is. She doesn't want to work for anything. She wants it all handed to her. And what better thing to do than to hit up a guy that does, what do they call them? Storage unit auctions. He's got all of this stuff.
And the treasure finding. Yeah. I mean, I think it was also a lot of jealousy. They have the ability to do things that she could not.
Right. Exactly.
We see that in her own post where she's posting about their trip to Hawaii, stuff that, this was private stuff that even though it was on their page, they document the stuff. She followed it so close to be telling people they were best friends. I mean,
I'm so, they're having so much fun. I'm so jealous, and it's not, the weather's not nice here. Yeah. In the clouds, thanks for the 5 gifted Rosalind Duke memberships. 5 more flockers have joined the flock.
Have you gotten a chance to listen to any of In the Clouds stuff? They do some pretty cool stuff over there.
In the Clouds is on my listen to list. I'm trying to get to know everybody's content a little bit better. So I am taking one person at a time and I'm digging through their, library, if you will. So
there you go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. Thanks again, In the Clouds.
So back to your doctor there. Mm-hmm. So what else you got to tell us about that little discussion?
Well, I mean, that was pretty much, I couldn't tell, I didn't tell him who the person, I can't tell him, he can't comment on her actual health. I mean, he doesn't know her. He doesn't treated her, but he was talking about, he's my go-to when there's something that's happening and I don't understand. He is on a couple of medical boards here in Dallas. So when there's an emergency, like a crisis situation, like when we had it was Ebola outbreak here, he was, one of the first, to start following that and tracking it. Same thing with Corona, obviously. And then he also tracks, if some like fentanyl coming through, and, we've had so many young people die from fentanyl overdoses. So he was tracking that too and studying it. So he's very, very insightful individual, and I very much respect him. So, I mean, he was gung ho. He's like, oh yeah, I'll come on. I was like, no.
Now, is he like a full-fledged doctor, or is he more of the psychologist type doctor?
He is a full-fledged doctor.
Doctor. Okay.
Infectious diseases is one of his specialties, and then another one obviously is emergency medical.
Oh, so he would know this kind of stuff, the mindset of people on different opiates.
Oh yeah, I mean,
the chemical effects of the medicine itself. Yeah.
Well, I know this is off topic, but since we're talking about, you brought up this fentanyl thing.
Mhm.
Is that a man-made drug? See, I'm not familiar. I've just heard, it on, shows and stuff, people talking about it, but I never knew if it was like man-made or if it was, nature-made like weed is. So is it a man-made drug?
I don't know what the basis of fentanyl is. I know that it's lab created, but everything originates with something.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're using to do it.
I think it fell and originated from the opioid, from like morphine, Demerol, and it just expanded. They found properties that were probably more powerful and
To intensify it. Yeah. Almost
Okay.
Boomercraft said they grew up in Grand Prairie, Texas. Well, howdy, neighbor. Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot of investigation into the fentanyl stuff, but from what I understand, you can't compare fentanyl to the regular like OxyContin, because there's no measure of being able to measure it for safety. I think it's been used in hospitals at one point.
Oh,
Yeah,
fentanyl.
they use it in regular drugs. They still use it as an enhancement in regular drugs, from what I understand. But this is done in a controlled environment.
Right.
This
Right.
stuff
For
is coming
surgery.
across
It was
borders and stuff. It's unregulated, and I mean, some of these DEA agents, that you can't even touch this stuff or it could hurt you.
right.
That's
Right.
how
But
potent it is.
with transdermal absorption. Yeah. I mean, it's basically the same thing. Like when I guess people would talk about like LSD, like you couldn't even handle that because you would get messed up touching it.
Now, see, that was back when we were kids.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was terrified. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Terrified of that. I was like, oh my God, no. Like all you have to do is touch it.
That was
like
one of the
poison
things
ivy. It's bad.
That's one of the things that always had me saying no,
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
back then you didn't know if that weed was going to be straight weed or if it was going to have something else in it. So Coop said no,
Exactly. So yeah, that's from what I understand. It is fentanyl is synthetic, is what Cynthia says. Well, synthetic can also just mean synthesized, but if you can figure out a way, like if they say, like, how like if you put chili peppers in the freezer or grapes in the freezer, what happens?
No, do tell.
So grapes get sweeter, right?
Okay.
And chili peppers get hotter.
Really? I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because their molecules fracture when they're frozen, just like ice cubes. You know how you see like all the splinters in there? Well, when it does that, it basically compounds the molecule so you get more.
Well, then that makes a lot of sense because, growing up here in Florida, strawberry capital of the world, the best and sweetest strawberries come from after a freeze. When we have a long winter, when it does a lot of freezing, that's when you get the best, sweetest strawberries. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Sarcasm, thanks for the 10, says a potent, fast-acting synthetic opioid used for preoperative anesthesia and as a primary anesthetic agent due to its minimal cardiovascular impact. She says Papa Joe has gotten it a lot recently for procedures. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And
prayers for Papa Joe.
Right on.
You go to a hospital for treatment.
Thank you, Star.
And when they tell you that they're giving you a drug that you hear is dropping people left and right on the street, it scares you. It really does.
Oh, yeah, I could see. I know you go to a lot of doctor's appointments and stuff. I could see where that would scare the bejesus out of you. I mean,
yeah.
I do want to apologize getting us off on the the worldwide narcotic trail.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I guess
Even
it's all relative.
Too, if you look back to Michael Jackson, he got into propofol, which is the narcotic that they use to put you to sleep before a surgery. And he used that to sleep in between his shows and, just to sleep. And that's how we lost him. I mean, it's stuff like that that winds up in the aftermarket with pill mills, which is what they call doctors that are loosely prescribing these medications and giving it to people willy-nilly. So,
Right. Pain
not
management
he's
clinics.
done it.
Yeah. Rebranded Story became a new member. We have a new
right.
flocker, ladies and gentlemen.
Right on.
Welcome to the flock.
Oh,
yeah. No, it's oh my goodness, gifted 5 Rosalind Duke memberships too. Wow. Joined and then paid it forward too. Oh my goodness, bless your heart. Well, if you received one of those 5 gifted memberships, you know what to do. Little thank you goes a long way. Yeah, that's one of the things that we know about Lynette and John both, I think, see a pain management specialist, correct?
Said it. And just for the record, Lisa, neither myself nor Mr. Coop or Rosalind are saying Lynette is taking fentanyl or propofol or any of these narcotics. We're just talking about the effects that even prescribed medication she has admitted to can cause these effects and can wind up getting tampered with en route to drugstores anywhere. It could happen.
Yeah.
I have no idea what she puts in her body, other than what she claims. And she says, hey, I just bit that aspirin in half. Well, I'll have to take her at her word for it. I have no idea.
Right. I think some other conversations have been had with our dear Tina on that matter, but there's she's made comments and we've seen some of the direct message posts. I just need 1 pill. Do you take pain pills? Can I borrow a pill?
Yeah.
Saying she was going to sue Walgreens because she was short on her. She didn't have enough to make it through the month.
Well, now if you were in 2023, you should have some of the timeline you have should have some talk about narcotics, especially ones being sold by an individual.
Neighbors.
Yep. Neighbors and people that live actually on the Turtle compound. Because I think when they were in Northport.
That's really scary, Buck Naked. There's a carfentanil, which is to treat large mammals, 100 times stronger. Yikes.
Oh, wow. I bet that's what they're talking coming across the border that scares people so much.
Yeah, it should all be scary. Well, okay, now explain this compound dwellers. What is happening?
Turtle purgatory. If you remember not too long ago, I think there was a post that came out where Lynette basically got a phone call I think it was a letter in the mail. Somebody from Northport was trying to get a hold of John. I think it was a phone call trying to get a hold of John. And she replied back, look, he doesn't do that anymore. Leave him alone. Stop contacting him. Mm-hmm. She was referring to rugs.
Right.
So it's not like they don't admit it all the time. Every time you turn around, they're talking about it. I'm just not going to, I've never seen them do it. So I don't know if they do it. I'm just going off of what they said.
And there's also the most recent resident of hers that we know definitely was living on her property after his uncle moved his trailer off her property. And
Lloyd's nephew.
Andrew Campbell, who ironically, when I happened to look at Levy County's webpage last Saturday, he had been freshly arrested that day. And
did anybody find out what he was picked up for?
Yes, rugs. In possession of a vehicle that did not belong to him, an ID that did not belong to him, and rug paraphernalia.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're just going to turn him loose like they did last time.
Well, the last time I looked was maybe 2 days ago, and he was still in. So, but I was curious because it was Lisa who said when the man who showed up at the gate taking pictures, that they said was a YouTube or a Tubetown fan, that Jeremy has said that was actually a realtor, property appraiser that was there on behalf of the bankruptcy.
Yeah. Hold that thought for a second. Starcasm, thanks for the 10. I tell him he's an addict, laughing face. No, but they use it for him because of his stents in his heart. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, Star gifted 50 Rosalind Duke memberships.
Right on.
Holy
You are
smokes.
amazing, Star. Love
50
you.
new flock members against their will, thanks to Star. Thank you, Star.
You flocking rule.
And
Yes,
if you
she
receive
does.
those, you know what to do. Give Star a little thank you. It goes a long, long way. Thanks, girl. Okay, so did you remember what you were talking about? Because I said,
Yeah, talking about Andrew Campbell. Yeah, her resident. Which is interesting too, because there was actually an earlier post before Andrew was outed for living there. She had posted and then dirty deleted information about Andrew, that he was in a hospital, left the rehab, and was walking back to Levy County and then disappeared. Nobody heard from him. And she was putting out feelers, where's Andrew? Has anybody heard from him? And then that got deleted. And then like a day or two later, she had posted, Andrew's been found. He's back home. And that's kind of when he turned up on her property the first time. Yeah. And
now he's the one that was on the ladder when John decided he wanted to two-finger salute Jeremy, right?
Yeah, that would be who was on the ladder that day.
Oh, here
Jeremy
we go.
says Crook was selling his pills to a woman in Northport. Lynette intercepted the mail between Crook and this woman. We have all the text messages with Lynette talking about Crook selling. Oh,
yeah. I'm so glad Jeremy posted that, because I was trying to avoid getting into too much detail.
Oh no,
I'm glad he said that.
Ninja Puppy, member for 5 months. Well, thank you so much for being a loyal flocker. I appreciate that. Thanks for sticking it out. And Max Lab, thanks for the 1 super sticker, or I think it's a super sticker. I don't know. I can't tell on this side. Thank you, Max Lab. And Mel Klomp, thanks for the 2 star. You are super fabulous. Yes, she is. And you didn't have to pay $2 to tell her that, but thank you.
I'm so glad that she decided not to fold up and walk away from YouTube.
Yep.
Me too.
I love seeing the puppies. And I know she's listening. I think I had told you, or so I told somebody that I had a mod of mine that went through the same thing with YouTube, and now they are actually monetized. Okay. So just stick with it. They gave him a 90 days. All he had to do was wait 90 days. He waited a little longer than that, and he finally got monetized. So
yeah, we had talked about that, Mr. Coop. I remember.
I couldn't remember who it was exactly I had talked to about it. So just hang in there, Star. You've got content worth putting out there, and I don't want to see you leave.
She is definitely well loved. Sometimes you just got to let people have their space to be pissed off at YouTube.
Oh yeah.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, okay. So how many residents are there at her property? Like, this is news to me. I didn't realize there was actually people that live there.
What time? Well, what time of the year? What year? At one point, she had a couple. At another point, I think she had one. She had Lloyd. Then now I think she had Kennyworth living there, or Andrew. Yeah. Is it Andrew?
She had Andrew. Andrew, the first time that he was actually, even though Jeremy had said he was living there, they kept denying it. But then there was the incident with Andrew where he beat his father up, and they arrested him on Purgatory's property. And when they asked him for his address, guess what he gave as his address?
Yep.
No.
Yep. Gave their address.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. On this arrest too, it says that he's a resident of Levy County. I'm just curious if it has 151. And I'm not talking about rum.
That's one of the things that blows my mind with Levy County is the fact that they'll have, like Andrew, they arrested him for what he did to his father. They had eyewitnesses, they had evidence, and they had a confession. Just let him go. Just like they did with Cook. Just let him go.
Oh, well,
Mel Klomp, thanks for the 2. All 3 of you are awesome. Well, thanks, Mel. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Mel.
it too.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is fascinating. Where do these people live when they're living there?
Oh, well.
Tents, probably the shed at one time or another. I think the couple that she accused of stealing the tortoise were living either out of their car or in tents, because that was back before they had the Great Barrier Wall there.
They were in a tent and then in one of the sheds as well. She was in the gray shed with the child. John was in the camper, and they were staying between a tent and then, she accused them of, the tortoise, the almond milk maker, all the stuff that she kept calling into Levy County and reporting as stolen, and said she had pictures and it was on trail cam pictures, but she never produced it. Like months went by, and there was even a call she made back to Levy County, trying to ask what they were doing about it and if they had done anything with the case. And they're like, well, we're still waiting on the evidence, Miss Lynette.
Yeah, exactly.
Star says, I'm offended that they think of all the amazing content creators on the tubes. They think I would steal from Jay.
See, this is the sad part about YouTube.
Thanks, Star.
It's all these bots, all this AI stuff, because they nailed my mod for the same exact thing they got you with, Star. They really did. He had paired a couple of times with another channel, and he only had like 3 streams where he paired with this individual, and they said the same thing to him. It's not humans that are doing it. It's this AI stuff they're trying to replace the humans with.
Right.
So there, I'm done.
Okay. So this whole campground that she's running is fascinating to me.
Yeah. I mean, especially when like you and I discussed this once before, Rosalind, where I brought it up. If we were to remove Jeremy from the whole situation itself and go off of her excuse that she had been shopping this property and moved there, like this was always her intent to buy that property and move there. What were her reasons? Well, when I look at Levy County and I'm looking at the area itself and what is going on there, that's not a place I would want to move, especially with a child in the middle of nowhere, like Jeremy and George pointed out. And I just did a short on this too. The closest hospital is 35 miles away. That's for emergency care. That's not guaranteeing that it's what the child may need. And God forbid something happens to one of those two, the response time shows as 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, now, here and after asks, to date, is there still people living there?
I don't know if there's anybody there right now or not, because Andrews, is he still in jail? Venom?
As of a couple of days ago, he was, but Lisa made a very interesting comment when the guy was at the gate. She said they were not home. The Jeep was being used by someone else and others were home. So what others? Who are the others? If they, meaning John and Lynette, were not home, but others were, who are the others and who had the Jeep? That's what made me go look at Levy County to see, well, was their Jeep stolen? And ironically, that's when I came across Andrew Campbell's name being arrested. But it wasn't until the following day what it had said he was being arrested for. Now, obviously, if it was their Jeep, we would have known about it. They wouldn't have had it back. Well, maybe they would have that same night.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Bug Naked says it needs to be a branch on your timeline. former residents and what they were accused of when they left. Oh, more blame game. The blame game.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Stolen property.
Yes.
They used drugs.
Yep.
They were on
all drug addicts that she,
They were all drug
and
addicts.
this is what she says that, she's good at doing is helping people in recovery. So
Dear God
I was
Almighty.
looking at the area, it's nothing but drug addicts with heavy, heavy repeat offender lists and offenders, SA offenders. Lots of
Okay, wait a minute. Somebody who is actively taking pain medication is helping addicts?
Yeah, that's what she says her ministry is all about. She wants to help people recover. That's what her excuse was for bringing Andrew Campbell on the property, to help him recover. Her grandson was to help him recover because she claimed her grandson Landon was an alcoholic and a drug addict, and so were his friends. So, she was supposed to rehab them.
Think about that for a second. Best place in the world for an addict is just throwing them into a pill mill and saying survive. That's crazy.
Not only that, but when you've got somebody who, and I'm not making any accusations, I'm just saying that if I were in a position, or if I was taking medication and always running out, wouldn't I want to align myself with somebody who might be taking certain medications or could get them?
Yeah. So almost Boomercraft says LMNOP has the perfect reason to be in Otter Creek. The law is not enforced at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Sheriff Proof DA
Otter Creek,
Council.
where criminals could exist.
And Big Al says they do community service there. Now I heard she was promoting that.
Oh yeah.
But no way. That can't be true.
Oh,
on her property?
It's one of the places they can do it, and they take in certain ones. Okay, providing community service, there's no way that place would be approved for that. No way.
No. You've got to be accredited for that, do you not?
I think she was definitely, because she did write about it, that she did post.
She wanted to.
That she applied to take in people so they could do community service there, and even went as far as saying, we are approved to take people in to do community service. Now imagine this, she's taking in people to come live on that land that had no place to live. So was that for free labor, Lynette?
Approved by who?
Approved by who?
She said by the state.
There is no way. You have to have a place for people to use the restroom.
Well, I mean, this how many other things has been approved? Just like she claims that the same day that Child Protective Services goes to her property, they have cleared her. They proved that she's a great parent. Levy County has cleared her. She's never broken the law or done anything wrong. Everybody, she's innocent of everything.
Huh.
Okay. So the couple who lived there, according to Wolfgang Ricky, the couple who lived there were accused of stealing the turtles. I remember that. And are thought to be second riders. Jamie Starr found turtle burrowed into the ground.
Oh, the turtle wasn't burrowed in the ground. Jamie took a picture of
it was upside down.
200-pound tortoise upside down that was deceased because its lungs crushed in on itself.
I remember hearing about that. Oh, and by the way, I'm not saying that Lynette and Crook have a pill mill. Okay. I was just making, an analogy there.
Yeah. Auntie M says it was listed on It's a Shell Thing Facebook page. Well, we've seen a lot of things posted there that aren't true.
A lot.
I mean, if you look at her page, she has pictures portraying AI, what the barn dominium supposedly looks like, that's what the sanctuary looks like. That is not what the sanctuary looks like. That is never what it looked like. Maybe she wanted it to look like, but you don't put that up on a page and advertise that that's what it looks like. And
Starcasm in with another 10. Starcasm, I think I know what you're trying to do here, and I appreciate it. However, you don't have to keep doing this. $9.99. She says, "Give me all your meds and I'll keep it safe for you." Yeah, that's what she's saying. Of course. You don't have to keep sending me super chats, Star.
yeah,
Oh,
Jeremy
it's
just said
awesome. It's
too,
awesome.
it was all happening on Turd Purgatory.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Turd
there's a lot of
Purgatory.
crazy stuff that goes on over there. And guys, we don't even have to be there. We don't even have to witness it. All we have to do is just wait for the next post from Lynette. She'll
Exactly.
tell us all
Yep.
about it.
Oh yeah,
No.
exactly. Well, and the
And-
thing that gets me, and I had it just in my head just a second ago. What was I thinking about? Darn it. It fluttered away.
That happens to me all the time.
The residents.
Oh my God.
Oh
no. The guy taking the pictures.
Oh yes,
Oh.
yes.
Scott Stark, or what is his name? Clark Stark or Stark
Clark
Clark?
Clark Stark's pictures. Why hasn't he posted them yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're taking selfies, where are they?
Well, what
Why
I'd
they?
like to know is, she said she called the police to report the gentleman that was at her gate, right? And she also said in a post that Levy County told her that, they want to track them, but they can't track them. I'm wondering why, because when I looked at the pictures that they posted, you can clearly make out the license plate on the all blacked out vehicle,
Oh yeah.
that had the dark tires, there was no chrome on it. You could clearly see the license plate. So if we could see the license plate, why can't Levy County see the license plate to run? And another
Now-
thing that has me questioning things, this happened on a Saturday, okay? Saturday, I believe it was March 21st was the date. And yet Lynette didn't call the police until Sunday.
Huh. I don't know about that. Now I
Well,
do have a
that's what she
question for
said.
both of you about that license plate. That like you said, Venom, that was very clear picture of that license plate. So
Sure
would that be
I can
considered
even tell you the
doxing?
kind of car it was.
Would
It was
that
a
be
Honda
considered
Accord.
doxing posting that?
What the hell says it was happening on Turd Purgatory?
Yeah.
What's that?
I get the using
The
it for
residents,
community
the
service.
abusers. Yeah, absolutely. She was taking in people and claiming that she was rehabbing them and community service, whatever her excuse of the day was.
Hello, Melissa.
But that car, that totally darked out one, that was a Honda Accord. And you
Right,
could
but
see
what
the
I was trying to get at, you guys know more about this doxing stuff than I do, I would imagine. Would that be considered doxing? That is the license plate off that person's car. It was so clearly visible in that picture.
Well,
Would that?
I don't think so. I think they would have to actually release his name and
Okay.
like address. Like, I think just a license plate in the car, because I mean, if that's the case, then that's happening all across the United States daily with anybody with a
Right.
doorbell camera, or even just, village and states that have traffic cams.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the reason I had to ask, because I have been accused of being the doxer king. I dox people all the
doxer.
time.
Are
Yeah,
you a
you-
doxer too? You're a doxer?
Oh yeah,
Doxing.
I didn't
yeah.
know
I'm a
that.
doxer.
Well,
Yeah.
that's, we'll blame you from now on. Every time somebody gets doxed, it'll be your
Yeah,
fault.
that's right. Mr. Coop has started all this today. It's all his fault.
Yeah,
Dave says, plus she has more animals like chicks there.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks for the
but,
2.
hey, I know when I'm broke and I don't have any money and I'm hungry, I always run to the nail salon and I get $75 acrylics or gels put on. And then I go out and I buy myself about 6 or 7 chicks, the animals. And then, I just plan about all these new things I'm going to buy.
crazy.
What happened to the other chickens?
Oh, well, I know some died when Jamie was there. We read about that with the tortoise.
I think they've had a revolving door on animals. I actually have a neighbor that lives right behind us. She loves them baby chickens. And they pass away all the time. Mama gets so mad because we love animals. And they lock them up in this coop over there, and she doesn't go out and feed and water them every day, and then they pass away. I would say a lot of that probably happens up there as well. They're nice and pretty when they're babies, but when they get bigger and start eating more, it's time to go. Just stop feeding them. That's a speculation there.
Oh no. Allie says, thanks for the 5, by the way. Says it's a Preston fan taking a selfie at his favorite busted fence.
There you go.
Well, maybe.
I mean, maybe that's why they haven't announced who it is. Because if it was truly a fan from Tubetown, they would have outed this person's name by now, don't you think? I mean, they would be all over Levy County to track down that license plate. And we do know that they've bragged about, the archivist who's very skilled at finding people that.
Well, my thing is, if they were an actual Hales fan, why wouldn't they have signed the guest book?
Well, I mean, you can go with the excuse of they just didn't sign it, or they signed a false name, or, a million excuses why Travis or
when I see that guest book, I'm going to sign my name on every single page.
Something popped in my head about Lynette. You guys remember when they had the falling out, her and Lisa, right?
Right.
You remember all the evidence and everything she was posting almost daily, screenshots, and just making post after post.
Mm-hmm.
I hear her constantly accusing Jeremy Hales fans of, sending threatening text messages and threatening emails, but yet never has posted a thing about it. So why is it when she was going after Lisa, she had all of this documentation to share with the whole world?
Oh, yeah.
But yet she has never shared one thing that a fan of Jeremy Hales has ever sent or threatened them.
Okay, I'm going to fill you in.
Go for it.
There isn't any.
Exactly.
Well, also during this time too, she claims that immediately after the guy with the gate, so as soon as they outed those pictures of the guy at the gate, she received, I believe she posted up to 40 calls a day that were spam calls. And somebody actually in the other channel's chat had turned around and said, well, not for nothing, but I get spam calls every day. Everybody does. That doesn't necessarily mean it's somebody from Hales or Hales fans calling you. That could just be random calls, because she was saying that it was insurance calls and, random calls that we all get.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But,
we all get
those were Hales fans. So.
Was that Rosalind?
No, I think that's just in one of those attributes where she says, okay, well, this negative thing happened, so I'm going to, it's that paranoia. It's that, just because CPS pays you a visit doesn't mean it's a new call. They might be following up on the previous visit.
Right. Because we do know she was under some kind of plan at one point in time. She confessed to that out of her own fingers, yes, she was she had to do this, and this. But I'm waiting. I mean, even Felisa says the same thing. You just don't know how many threatening emails and everything I get. Well, I know you ain't never got one from me. You claim you have, but you've never got one.
I've never contacted.
No.
I've never reached out to anyone, really. Not intentionally, anyway.
I know I haven't.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, I don't ever want to be in the position where I could hurt Jeremy's chances of his lawsuits. So I make it a practice. I do not go near these people. I don't dislike their videos. I don't chat. I don't email. I stay as far away from all these chuckleheads as I can. I don't ever want to be a cause for him to lose in the court of law. So they can take their little pipe dream and think about it all they want. I don't do it.
Now, I have had people ask me, do you think I should XYZ? And my answer is always, I cannot advise you doing that.
No.
But here's the thing. I can't stop them either.
Right. Now, I was just fixing to go there. I have a bunch of people and a lot of people, they're very charismatic about this. They're very passionate about it. And their passion, sometimes I don't think they understand it. They're so passionate about it that their passion can literally hurt Jeremy if they reach out to these people, if they contact these people.
Well, see, what a lot of these people need to realize, and Shizzy said it best when I was on with him a couple weeks ago. What people need to realize is there's not a their side, our side, because it's not any of us involved in it. It's
right.
Jeremy's case against certain individuals that are part of that channel and viewers of that channel, and LP and JC. Those
Hey Rogue, I can't remember if I said hi to you. I just saw you scroll through. No, and you shouldn't. We shouldn't. I mean, you should definitely not do that. But again, like I said, we know that people have bragged about making calls to agencies in Discord servers, and it gets screenshot and then it gets shared and it gets sent on. Like, are you stupid? I mean,
if I don't see it with my own two eyes in person, I'm not calling anyone. To each his own, but when it comes to me, if I don't see it with my own two eyes in person, I am not going to call anyone. No sheriffs, no CPS, no nothing.
Right. Well, and Tina, I'm not picking on you, even though you did ask me about contacting her, and I told you don't do it.
Yeah, and look at what.
But I'm not picking on you specifically. Just in general, there's, it can cause problems for yourself too. I just don't want to see anybody else get drug into this. And Tina's strong; she can hold her own for sure.
Right.
I wouldn't want to have her on the opposite side of me. I guarantee you that.
I do have a couple of friends, a couple of lady friends that are on Facebook, and they do like to reach out to some of these people, and I don't encourage it at all. I wish they wouldn't, but they're grown people, they can do what they please. But my opinion, just leave these people alone. Let Jeremy take care of it.
Right. And that's why I don't try to go after other channels. it's I'm not interested in having a back and forth with them. Well, I might poke fun occasionally.
Yeah.
Right.
To start a channel or show documentation or show screenshots or police reports or stuff that's already been aired or you're witnessing it happen, that's not inserting yourself. You're giving your opinion. You're putting out public information that, hey, this is what I seen. This is my opinion. But there are some that have, spoken about the case like, oh, we're winning, or, we're going to get, and it's like, no, I agree with how Shizzy phrased it. There's no we, it's they and them.
Right.
Right.
And
for sure. I will cover, it's an interesting topic. It covers an area that I'm very much interested in. I don't like false accusations. I hate them. And these accusations against Jeremy calling him a not so nice thing, probably the worst thing to be called.
And they've done it to Travis now too.
Right. Well, and that's another pattern we found, right? That's a pattern that emerged, that it's, if there's anybody that comes in contact with a certain child, that person is primed to be accused of awful things.
Yeah, Ross, they don't even have to come in contact with a child. Jeremy's never even touched the child. I don't think he's been within 10 feet of the child in his entire life, but yet they've accused him. These people, that's these people's go-to. That's the direction they go.
There's a lot of parallels in this, Chucky, especially in Laura Owens. We've got the bankruptcy, we've got the indigent status, we've got the false allegations, we've got crazy lawyers, and it's just everything. There's so many parallels with those two cases for sure. They accused Lloyd. It's a pattern. Yep. She's accused her son-in-laws and nephews, and there's been accusations all over the place, and it's almost like a playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Like I can say this. Oh, can Tina make a point? You need to make a point?
Yeah.
You need to make a point? Sure, I guess.
Now,
I'm not sure if that's a real question or a rhetorical question.
What Tina was involved in is completely different than what I was referring to. I've got people that I know that literally go out of their way trying to get Lynette to talk to them, trying to get people on, that side of things to talk to them. And I don't encourage that. Now, what Tina was doing, that was a whole different ball game.
Did you read what Tina just posted?
What did she post? There it was. Let's see.
LP did not know me. Is that one?
Yep. Yeah, I could have been a PDF, and she sent me 2 pics of the child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She didn't know you. You could have had a voice filter. You could have been anything.
Yep.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Any one of you that are watching this or that follows this case, look up Levy County, look up the predator list, and look what is in her backyard. She moved there willingly. Like I started to say, if you remove Jeremy out of the picture completely and go off of just her claims that she had been looking at that property since 2018 and she moved there to keep the child safe.
Sure. Because she talked about it. She talked about it incessantly on social media, like she does everything, right? We found that. We found proof of that.
Sure have.
And see, that's what's crazy, because Otter Creek, it's not like you would think is a normal town. Okay. It is not. It is a rural area, and especially where they live. Jeremy, if he's in the chat, he can attest to it. You guys have all seen the videos. There's water all around that place. He's got a big, couple of lakes, I think, or ponds on his property. With those ponds come alligators, come snakes, come all kinds of creepy crawlies that are a lot more dangerous in Florida than they are where I moved my kids to raise them. Missouri, you had, snakes up there, but we didn't have the kind of gnarly stuff up there that we have here. And that is it's like living in the woods. It's not a town like you would think it is. And to move a child deliberately to an area where your resources poor, no hospital, no ambulances that are within,
no emergency, services, right?
That's just response, 15 to 20 minutes, and remove the child from a medical need. Look at their ages.
That is not good parenting, in my opinion. But hey, I do have kids. I raised my kids. My kids are in their 30s now. One of them's fixing to be in their 40s. So that is, I would never move a child into an area like that. Now, where Jeremy lives, it's cleaned. The area is kind of manicured. It's not where she lives. It's kind of in the woods type of deal. There's woods on 2 sides of her, something like that. There's no telling what could be crawling around on that property.
She's already
especially.
She's announced that she's got black widows, brown recluses, snakes.
Yep.
Very poisonous spiders. I mean, black widows, brown recluse. I mean, that alone, I wouldn't want to be near.
No. And they still have some old structures on that property that are dilapidated, that are, you don't use. Like, I think he's got an old chicken coop still out there. There's still an old pole barn out there, and they're filled with junk that attracts snakes, that attracts your crazy spiders, that attracts all the wildlife you don't want around a child. And at her age, 6 years old now, where she can run around and get into things, I would really be keeping an eye on that kid.
Oh, no, Mr. Coop. She just posted. You're wrong. She just posted the other day. She does not leave her camper unless she's going to the flea market And
so she's a shut-in.
Well, yeah, they stay in. She's scared, for her
So,
life.
but the kid wants the kid into the
To
street
talk on the road, right? To talk on the road
while she stays in her camper.
Well, I mean, even if she's standing on the road with her, what parent wants to announce? And she announced it in her video that she just posted again, as she's pointing to the road and violating the civil protection order once again, like she's been doing since she's been in court, violating that civil protection order, and talks about the child. She wants the child to talk in the road. If she keeps saying, like she did before, when did that child chalk in the road before, Lynette? Show pictures. Prove it.
Right.
Paul's got a good question.
Yeah. I've watched this from long before. My question is on the property tax forms. The property is in Bronson. Is Otter Creek and Bronson the same thing?
Yeah.
No.
Otter
Creek and Bronson are two different towns.
Well, no.
Is Bronson the county seat?
Yeah, I do believe Bronson's county seat, but Otter Creek is incorporated. It's its own town. So it is, Bronson controls Levy County. It's the county seat, like you said, Rosalind, but they're not the same town. They're not the same. They're in the same county, but they're two separate entities.
Right. But when you look up her address, it does show as Bronson. So I think at one point, maybe years before Levy County became unincorporated, that it may have been under Bronson, because it does come up as Bronson.
Could be. You could be right on that. I never thought about that. But Bronson is a town, and Otter Creek is a town, and Chiefland is a town. So,
yeah. And they're all within minutes. And that's why I said, when you look at the map of what's around her and drug arrest and the other offenders, there were 100, and I believe the site said 183 between December and March alone. 183 arrests. And I think there were maybe 5 or 10 that were maybe one was homicide. Just a few unusual cases, that the rest were all drug related and offender related.
So Bug Naked asked, is it like Levy County, Bronson Township, and Otter Creek Town?
That could be. I've never really thought about it like that.
Might be, I don't know, might be that Bronson is where they hold the tax records.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's an interesting thing when you look at the tax record too. I mean, she paid her bills, but she kind of left off that, when Lloyd lived there, he paid to turn the electric back on. When she claimed that the children were acting up and tearing up her property and being so rude and mean to her, when she called the police on them.
Now, the property taxes for her place in Otter Creek, they don't go to Bronson. Bronson determines how much they are, but the taxes are paid to Otter Creek, right?
I'm pretty sure. I would think so. Like I think my mom lived in a county that was split up like that. So like all of you'd have to go to a different town to get the tax records, or to if you needed to have something surveyed, you'd have to go to a completely different town to request them. But it was still for her town. Like it was very bizarre, very, very bizarre. And I think even in fact, like their services were covered. Like if you had like some wild animals running through, you'd have to call the next town over. I don't know. It's very bizarre.
I just heard about this today.
What?
Tina, I saw they lost their lights and using a generator for power. I heard about that today. I didn't know that they lost their power until today. I'd heard about it, but I'm not sure because I don't have any paperwork on it.
Who?
Lynette and Crook apparently lost their powers or something, and they're running everything off of a generator.
Well, that's not okay.
No,
Wow.
no. Now I have no proof of that. It's just
Oh,
what's going
okay.
around.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
that's pure
that's crazy.
speculation, that deep speculation there.
So
Oh,
Jeremy,
here you go. Jeremy Hills. What's he got to say
Jeremy
there,
Hill says
Rosalind?
at all Otter Creek residents addresses come up as Bronson because Otter Creek is so small. Bronson is 15 minutes east.
okay.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Because I know where I live, every town around me, we have our own tax office inside that town. Okay. But Polk County itself, they're the ones that do the appraisals. They say how much your property you have to pay every year, depending on what your town put forth. Because like you take Lakeland's got a different tax code than Winter Haven, and in Plant City, which is in Hillsborough County, it's got a different tax code. I mean, and these are all towns that are all around each other within 20 miles.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Muppet Angela says, where did they get a generator?
Good question.
That wasn't on the bankruptcy paperwork.
Jane
There's a lot of things
Charette,
that are not on the bankruptcy paperwork. Like
Jane says that they were burning the other day on Willis's video.
Mm-hmm.
Burn ban. Yeah.
During a burn ban.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, the burn ban's over. That I did see and read on the Levy County site when
is it?
I was looking at the amazing arrest records of Levy County residents that, she moved to that, to that safe community for. Like, when you look at Jeremy's reason for moving there, he wanted to start and bring business in, and he was looking to build a warehouse, but he was also looking to also do, I believe, an animal sanctuary and bed and breakfast. I know he had the 3 foundations and stuff, but when looking at her reason for the child or what she's claiming are her reasons, that town, why would you move there? Just medical alone is scary enough for the child, but then her age and John's age makes it even scarier, because if something happens to them, that response time is also 15 to 20 minutes, and it's more dangerous for them than it is probably for the child.
Yeah.
Right.
What you think, Rosalind?
Well, I would never move to a place that needed that much work.
No.
Maybe if I was in my 20s, I might have considered that.
Yeah.
Or even 30s.
I can see that younger, but
you can really get upside down in a hurry. If something medically happens to you, it's over. I mean, you can't, if you can't physically do the work yourself, you can't depend on people. That was one thing that my mom had a really hard time with, was finding help. Because she moved to a place that was a dying town. And so you couldn't find anybody to work, or they would work and then, stuff would go missing and then they'd never come back. So, it was that type of situation. So I think that that's a really bad idea for anybody getting on up there in years to try to tackle a reno like that.
Oh, so
one of the things that just kind of struck me as odd is the fact that they bought the property. They tried cleaning it up. They walked out of their house sale in Northport with a little over $100,000. I think they got $65,000 a piece, something around that.
They settled out at $65K a piece. So when after that, I think they had sold it for a little over 200, but they owed 75 or 65 or 7. I think it was 70 or something like that on an enhancement loan, where they had done some renovations before. They did a home equity loan kind of thing.
Why would you buy a piece of property and spend the money they did for this barn dominium without having a stockpile of cash to finish it, to complete it? To me, that sounds like a waste of money. That sounds like somebody that walked into a situation without a plan.
Well, the math is never mathed at all.
No.
If you read her post, she had a strategy.
Yeah, Jeremy Hill.
Strategy. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, that was her strategy, because
she was banking on it.
Yep. But if you also look at her property in the pictures that she has shown where they have done stuff, you kind of have to look at the animals, the tortoises, like the wood that was paid and bought into building pens that, in my opinion, are still too small for 200-pound tortoises, or even the redfoot tortoises, the smaller ones that she has. Because if you look up any videos on people that care for tortoises and raise them or have sanctuaries, these animals run. They may be slow creatures, but they run, they play, they need more area than just these penned areas. But I think they were putting more work into the animals than
How do they move those big tortoises to the vet to get checked out?
Well, they don't.
That's the other, like I said, there's some, just the fact that the numbers have grown on what she claims she has in tortoises, that would violate USDA regulations, because the 2 tortoises that she claims to have are not native species of Florida.
Oh, no. No. I've never seen a wild one that size ever.
She did talk about hatchlings back in like August or September of 2025. And if she's got hatchlings, by USDA regulations, she has to have those in, with health certificates and vet checked and cared for.
Hatchlings from the tortoises?
Pardon me?
Or from the little turtles or the tortoises, the big turtles?
Any for the tortoises, and for any turtle, any animal that is not native species to Florida is guided and regulated by the USDA, whether it's a sanctuary or a zoo or private owner.
You said she had some eggs, that she had some hatchlings.
She had hatchlings.
From what? The tortoises or?
The tortoises, when she was trying to rehome them last.
You talking about the big giant tortoises? Uh-oh.
We lost her.
Oh, she fell down. She'll be back.
Oh,
all right.
No. Cat got her tongue.
Yep. Oh,
yeah,
I don't
that
know.
was the questions I had, was the vet situation. I thought I was under the impression that anybody caring for animals had to have regular vet checks. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the treatments, I know what the treatments are for dogs. You know, you've got your annual vaccinations and whatnot. There's 2 of her.
Yeah, there's God. 2 of me. We had a power surge.
2? How are we going to deal with 2?
I'm multiplying. Careful.
Oh my God.
I'm multiplying.
I knew
wanted to know about my birthday surprise. There's
somebody tried to cut her in half and there were 2.
But if you think about it, Rosalind, it'll be like say your horses or your cows or all your bigger animals that aren't easily transported to a vet. They probably, if she does have a vet, the vet would probably come to the property.
Right. Yeah, no, my vet that we use, she visits, farms and things like that too. So yeah, I know that they would, but I was just curious because we don't hear about the vet visits. She usually posts about everything else.
Right. No. I've never heard of a vet visit.
Are her turtles disabled too?
That could be.
It's possible, but I would think even a disabled tortoise and turtle would need constant vet care.
Maybe.
There's a couple people that made a couple interesting posts in here. Chucky brought up that there is a helipad that was just built and opened in Otter Creek.
Yep.
And then
is it Jeremy's?
It might be. It could be Jeremy's. It could be.
It's for emergency services.
But
it still takes time to get there.
But if you look at the stats in the area, there's only seven life flight copters that are handling, I believe it was over 100,000 residents. So 7 in an emergency situation, responding to that area. It's all going to depend. The time's going to depend on the emergency, if they're in other parts of the state. And then another comment somebody made was on the electric pole that it was a temporary pole. So
Yeah, she had made comments on her standing in the trash a while back that being the permits were no longer any good, that she was looking at losing her power. Whether that ever happened, I don't know. It's purely speculation from people that I've talked to.
Sure. Sure.
What you
I
got,
get that.
Rosalind?
See, Bearded Man Steve said, I looked a while back that there was no emergency veterinarians in the area that I would deal with for a sanctuary, but I'm used to exotic emergency vets. Okay.
Right.
And Buck Naked says they're supposed to, but they're supposed to pay taxes and complete forms too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's
there's
the
that.
other interesting thing is her sanctuary, that even by her, whether it's, if you look at her Northport post from 2017 when she said, I'm going to start a sanctuary, and had another post that talked about how rug addicts want these tortoises because they're worth money. But when you look at all that stuff, there's only 2 tax forms that she's ever filed, and they're all zeros. No money coming in, none going out, none for vet care, none for food, nothing. And she can't, as much as she wants to blame Jeremy, she can't blame it all on Jeremy.
Where do you fence a tortoise? A 400-pound tortoise. Where do you sell that?
Well, the couple pens that were in early pictures that are on her It's a Shell Thing page, the pens are small for the, I'm like, it's enough room for one tortoise, but when you see how much they actually move and need for enrichment, it's not enough room, not even for the smaller ones by any means.
But then again, where do you sell? If you steal one of those turtles, where in the world would you sell it?
Well, that's, I mean, a zoo would take one in.
That's not like stealing a necklace, or a car where you can sell that stuff. Who in the right mind is going to buy a 400 or 500-pound tortoise?
Right.
Well, yeah.
Right.
I mean, just picking up a tortoise to steal, the amount of space it's taking at the time that they were allegedly stealing other items. I don't know what they took off in by means of a car, but I would imagine that it couldn't have been too comfortable with everything that she claimed they stole.
Yeah, Turd of Hurdles has a good point that Jeremy would be able to tell you if electric was out in Otter Creek, or maybe Willis could.
Yeah, we found that out when Lloyd was there, when she said that the children were throwing a fit because she said there was a blackout and Jeremy and George had power, everybody else had power, but that's when we found out the electric was shut off and Lloyd had to pay, hundreds of dollars to turn it back on.
Yeah. Well, yes, either that or roast in the camper.
Yeah, he also had to pay her taxes too.
I always found that fascinating. Oh, there's a tug word right there. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
But yeah, I found that fascinaing that they talk about how that Lloyd stole his own camper, and he was going to give it to them for the rent instead of charging him rent. When he moved, he was just going to give him the trailer. But yet, when you look back at all of the money that he paid out to keep the electric on, he paid the taxes at one point in time. He paid all of this stuff. So how did he live there for free?
Well, you're leaving one of the other things out that she posted about. It was, he was going to give them the camper. John was posting that he sold them the camper for $1, all the while he was texting with her while John was in jail, and she kept saying, we want to buy the camper and we want you to sell us the camper. And his answers were, stay out of my camper. I don't want you in there. That's, he never, ever once in any of those messages said anything that would allude to any kind of agreement of sale or giving or gifting or partial payments, nothing. It was explicit directions, even by her own grandson's admission. She was not to be in his camper. That was his camper. He didn't want her in there. Nothing ever was said about sale, selling, sold, nothing, not even gifting.
Right.
So what
Right.
you got
I've
going
even
on over
found
there,
those
Rosalind?
messages.
What have I got going on?
What you got going on?
Not a lot. Well, actually, a lot, but not that I can talk about.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know, of the usual stuff too. I think I'm going to get in trouble if I don't finish my taxes. There's that. I've got. I have to get down to see my son when he has surgery, but they've been putting it off. You know, because the military, it's got to go up the chain and down the chain before they'll approve anything. But so I've got that popping. That could pop off anytime. I have no idea. So trying to be prepared for that. So I've started streaming a little bit more. I'm adding another day to my schedule. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
Now you work during the day, right?
I work, but I work from home. So I have some flexibility, and I've got narrowed down to just a handful of clients that I enjoy working with. So it's kind of giving me a little bit more flexibility on streaming because I'd like to move more full-time streaming.
Okay. Cool.
Just the design work. I mean, it can be fun, but sometimes it's grueling. I mean, when you're having to format document after document and multi-pages, like the last one was a 300-page document. It was just I was going cross-eyed. I was like, I can't do this forever. That's a young kid's game. My eyes are saying, step back, okay?
Back when I first started, I was an uploader, so I spent hours editing. I don't think I could go back to that. I mean, I don't mind editing every now and then, but to spend the amount of time that I did years ago, that ain't happening no more.
Oh, it's so much faster now. I will tell you. I mean, just even using AI has helped speed up the process so much. I mean, you can pretty much work in transitions into the video itself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild what you can do. You just got to learn how to do the prompts. Shizzy and I talked about this the other day. But I think you'd be really surprised at how much faster it is.
Oh, I know. I love ChatGPT. It helps me a lot.
Yeah.
With graphics. And I'm just scratching the surface where you guys doing all this animation stuff is just amazing.
Isn't it?
What you guys are doing. And
I love
yeah,
it.
it
I mean,
is.
it's
I
wild.
enjoy the stuff watching you and Shizzy's stuff that y'all put out with all the animated short videos and stuff. It's mind blowing. I haven't reached out to Shizzy and I haven't reached out to you about asking what are you guys using. Well, you just told me you're using AI to create a lot of this stuff, and that's
Yeah. I mean, I do a lot of mixture. So I'll build stuff in Canva. I can build, I'll move stuff over to Premiere Pro if I have to. If there's something I'm not able to accomplish the other way, I'll move it over to Premiere Pro for sure. I think there's better sound control in Premiere Pro. So if you're having an issue with sound items, that's where to take it. But I use Dvid. It's DEEVID.
right.
It seems to be the most comprehensive package, like where it has like all they just rolled out lip syncing, so you can sync your characters to songs or words. So I'm looking forward to playing with that a little bit. Because it can get kind of spendy out there trying to get all the different programs to do all the different things.
Yeah, I've even played around testing a couple just at their price points to see which one made better images, more accurate to the prompts, or even using a ChatGPT prompt, you still can wind up with images that even with an image presented and wording from ChatGPT in the prompts, still come up with something that's backwards.
Yeah. And they're always pay to play. So the more you keep trying to fix it, the more it costs you. So that's the biggest challenge right now. I just wanted to have one place where I could do as much work in that one software without having to jump over to do this or to do that, and with different programs, because that's where you'll really get really upside down. But yeah,
I just noticed the other day, Grok is actually charging now.
Yeah, there's a paid Grok. Yeah, my husband uses the paid Grok.
So they still have a free one?
For 3 images a day, you could use Grok. I think it's 3 or 5.
Wow, because I went over there the other day just to do something short, and it was telling me I had to pay for it. So I'm going to have to check into that because I like the little 6-second clips that I can get, you know.
Oh, you mean video on Grok? Now, yeah, you either have to be a paid subscriber to X or buy Grok AI independently.
Okay,
to get the 5 video images. Otherwise,
yeah, you can animate Grok if you're on X and you've paid for the premium.
I got you.
To get your little blue check mark.
Otherwise, Grok only does just the standard
images. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. Because I'd been using it. Tug, turned me on to it here a while back, and I'd used it for a while, and then I just quit using it because I didn't need it. And then when I went back to animate something, it's saying, "Oh, you got to pay for it now." And I'm like, "Well, that's the end of that."
Yeah,
that's how they do it. They get you hooked on it, and then they throw a dollar amount at you when you're good and hooked. Yeah, so just doing that. Still going to be covering some of the stuff that I'm digging into on the Epstein stuff. I don't want to go after the sick stuff that you can't stomach. I'm more interested in the other crimes, high crimes that were committed and the people involved in that. So I'll be digging through and doing some of that. I think Venom's going to be working on some of that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah. I've got the new series with the AI video and music. So I will be reaching out to creators that I've enjoyed their content and inviting them to come and discuss it.
Yeah. Audio is another one to look at.
Audio coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got
JK turned me down.
JK turned you down?
He did. He did.
We're gonna
to come on?
Yeah, turned me down. Turned me down.
Oh wow.
He says if he ever decides to do one, it would be on What the Hales.
There you go.
I said that's fair.
Okay.
I can get behind that. I talked to Shara here a while back, and she says, well, her next interview when it happens will be with Tug and Megan, which I totally understand because you know they're the journalist part of it. So I'll just patiently wait.
Yeah,
to have her on.
Dana said who, and I think you said Shara, right?
Yeah, I said Shara.
Yeah. And then I've got there's another program I'll be starting, but I'll wait and launch it a little bit later this month, I think. But stepping back up with the Giphy Awards, so getting back on that, got the format of that worked out to where it makes more sense.
Oh, I need to clear one thing up since you brought up Giphy. Lisa, hear me now. Just because her Giphy has a middle finger, she did not take it from you. Okay.
Wait, does she thinks I took her finger?
Yeah, you copied her just like Megan copied the streak of blonde hair. Everything is Lisa. We've got nothing else better to do than copy Lisa.
Now, if I remember correctly, Rosalind does have a pretty nice little finger over there.
I did. I showed it the other day.
Oh, did you? I missed it.
Yeah, I've got my personalized middle finger that you sent me, and then the little puppy dog. I said I might need to hire you to if people actually want to receive a Giphy, maybe I can collaborate with you on that.
Oh, yeah, Mama loves what making
started
those
the blame there that you have copped her idea because Mr. Coop had made a award for you and you had the several different statues and she was like, yeah, you recognize the hand.
I was telling Mama Coop after.
Well, considering I started the Giphy Awards over a year ago.
Yeah, I know.
When I wasn't even really following What the Hales. So
I was telling Mama after we had already sent it, I should have drilled a hole in the bottom and put it on a wand for you.
Oh.
It could have been your magical finger wand, to go with your lollipop.
Oh, there you go.
You could have blessed the evilness.
Yes. Exactly. Well, I've got this. I've got an award that's like spring-loaded middle finger. So you open the box and the little golden hand pops up.
Yeah.
Giving you the bird. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to just send them out. If somebody wins a Giphy, they're going to have to, contact me for me to send them one, because I think if I sent out middle fingers, people might think I'm harassing them. I mean,
well, you had asked me about that here. Oh man, it was last year sometime. You'd asked me about the finger thing.
Yeah.
And I had forgot about it. Well, then Mama on her stream, she had somebody ask about it, I think. And so she got in 2 different size molds. She got the one that you have, which is the larger one, and she's got one that's a little smaller than that. And I'm like, I've got to send one to Rosalind. I got to send one. And well, I really didn't know what color to make it. So I just did like a tie-dye. I love the tie-dye stuff. So
yeah, no, it's great. It's great. I love it. I don't know what that noise is. I bet it's venom.
We are under a tornado warning. You hear our tornado siren going.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was your snake charmer music.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but I've talked our town into playing the siren to see if my tail responds to it.
Oh, I gotcha. Nice. I'm digging it. Well, I need to set you guys up to redirect. What's going on with you, Coop? What's on the horizon?
Oh, nothing much. Same old stuff, different day. I'm on every morning, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard till around 1, Monday through Friday. Same old story every day. I am going to switch some things up here in the near future. Like,
fun.
I think I'm going to take I haven't narrowed it down whether it's going to be Monday or Friday. I'm just going to do a let it all hang out stream, just talk about whatever we've been going over, with the audience, just talking about that for the whole show. I'm not going to structure the show, just come in and we're just going to have a blast with whatever the chat wants to talk about, whether it be the man on the moon or the girl next door. I don't care. So you
heard it here first, folks. Coop is going commando.
Right on. Pretty much, I'll be doing the same thing.
Oh, I'm got always Coop doing. Commando. We've got Shizzy and Tidy Whiteys. What's next?
I don't know. We'll soon find out, I'm sure. And Venom, you've added some more slots to your schedule.
Yeah, I was gonna start it today, but then I remembered, I was going out last night for my birthday, so I am gonna start streaming just before we go on Thursdays. I'm in a permanent Friday slot now, so I will be live tomorrow with Fifi Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what time are you going live tomorrow, Venom?
12:15, or which would be 1:15 your time. I keep forgetting Rosalind Central, your Eastern. Yeah, so 1:15 your time.
All right. So I'll make sure and redirect to you. I was telling Venom here a while back, Rosalind, I never know when you're on, and usually I've only caught you one time that you were at 1 o'clock when I was finishing to send everybody over, and I never know when you're going to be on. But here lately, you've been going around 6 o'clock of an evening, which you're deconstructing,
right? So I'm trying to have a little bit of consistency, because obviously that's key. But I really wanted to do midday on Tuesdays. Okay. But so far, the 2 people that I have scheduled to do a Tuesday stream both weren't available until 5. So, unfortunately, it is, but at least I have that flexibility to do so. But my goal is to have at least one midday stream a week. I mean, I try to do Sundays about midday. Just that's usually snarky Sundays where we, just make fun of stuff, random people.
That's the 2 days I don't stream is on the weekend. That's Mama's days. So I take a breather for 2 days. So I only go Monday through Friday. But, if I see you guys are going to stream at 1 o'clock, I will send people to you. I like doing that because Jay does it for me almost every morning, and I appreciate it for him so much when he does that. He doesn't have to, but he does. But I'd like to pay it forward, and I think I paid it to you the other day, didn't I?
You've sent me some stuff.
Friday.
I think you've sent stuff to Venom. I've been the recipient and I try to pay it forward as well. I will say if Flex is live, I'll usually hope to, but I usually let chat tell me where they want to go. And I'm like, you can always go where you want to be.
Right.
But, I think Flex is, she's trying to build her channel right now and just trying to give her that extra little boost.
Right.
So when she's live, I will, mention her first and see if chat bites.
Now, is that's Flux or Flex? Flux?
House of Flux.
Okay. That's the gal that Megan goes live with.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
So, just trying to hook her up, make sure she gets, and, or Mo, Mo's still trying to grow
right.
her channel
in the morning.
too.
Right.
And then we also have Travis has been trying to fit in at like the 3-4 o'clock slot too. So
right.
Yeah. It just depends. I never really know. Some people don't have set times, so it can be a little tricky. But I try not to step on anyone. That's my goal. It's not to step on anyone.
I carved mine out a long time ago. I've just been trying to find people that's in our community, that I watch that I can send people to. And there's not very many of our community that comes on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So
right.
You got me now on Thursdays and Fridays.
I got you on Thursdays and Fridays.
That's right. That's right. There is a bit of a hole in the middle of the day, I will say, but I've seen that Megan and Tug have been, throwing their weight around in the middle of the day lately.
They've got some good cases though that they've been covering. So
no, I agree. They do great coverage no matter what it is. So yeah, no, I'm glad to see it.
I absolutely loved the Afro Man stuff they were doing.
That was good.
I really enjoyed that.
That was a must.
Because of course, Afro Man. Who didn't like Afro Man back in the 90s? Okay,
you gotta love it. Mm-hmm. You gotta love it. Well, and I do have something that dropped members only.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I guess I could. What time is it? Do we have time? Oh no, we're almost time for Tug. Yeah. You guys will just have to wait until tomorrow when it goes public.
Well, ladies, I appreciate you inviting me on today. It's been so much fun. I really do appreciate it.
No, it's great. No, I've been meaning to have you on sooner, but it seemed like a good time. And, I just hate that everybody's getting blamed for things that they didn't do. But I think it's, let's make content out of it. Because you want to blame me? Fine, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go. Try to be I try to be respectful as I do, but sometimes you just can't help yourself. So that being said, folks, I am sending you off to Tug and Megan. You're going to get mugged tonight, whatever. So I will see you guys later and chat. See you in the tubes.
See you in the tubes.
Adios.
Shorter and the past is gaining ground. Don't you freak out or fall in love. Let laughter be the sound. Why the hell not? If fun's not in your plan, laugh your way out, take a stand. Live life while you can. Laugh your way out. Don't let fear take control. Freak out. Remember, laughter saves your soul. Laugh your way out, find the joy in every day. If you can.